United Mexican States. It is known as Mexico. It is a federal republic in North America. Mexico is one of the largest economies in the world and is a middle regional power. The national currency of Mexico is the peso. The official language of Mexico is Spanish. Mexico is one of the largest tourist countries according to the World Tourism Organization. Mexico is one of the most important countries in the world that contains traces of very ancient civilizations, such as the Mayan civilization. Mexico City. Mexico City is the capital of the state of Mexico, and it is located in south-central Mexico. Mexico City is a major global city in Latin America. It is one of the largest cities in the world. Mexico City is the economic, industrial and cultural center of the country, and it is the most populous city. Mexico City was built during the reign of the Aztec Empire in 1325, but it was completely destroyed in 1521 during the Spanish invasion. It was then rebuilt during the country's Spanish rule in according to the Spanish city's standards in 1524. Some of the monuments of the Aztec civilization are still present in Mexico City. There are also many wonderful old buildings that return to the period of Spanish rule. We will review with you the most prominent attractions in Mexico City. Zocalo Square. It is the main square in Mexico City, and it is one of the largest in the world. It is the main gathering point in Mexico City for celebrations, cultural events and annual festivals. Many important historical and cultural buildings and places in Mexico City are located in the Zocalo Square. The Metropolitan Cathedral is one of the most prominent landmarks in the Zocalo Square. It is the largest and oldest cathedral in Latin America, and one of the most important Catholic buildings in the world. It was built on the ruins of an ancient Aztec city temple from 1573 to 1813. The Metropolitan Cathedral is characterized by its charming design that is predominantly Baroque. Palace of Fine Arts. The Palace of Fine Arts is one of the most important cultural tourism attractions in Mexico City. It was built from 1904 to 1934. The palace is considered a wonderful architectural masterpiece. It was built of Italian white marble. The Palace of Fine Arts is the main opera house in the city. The palace also contains many museums and art galleries, which is an important destination for tourists in Mexico City. Angel of Independence. It is a famous monument located in the center of Mexico City, and is one of its most prominent landmarks. The monument to the Angel of Independence was built in 1910 to commemorate Mexico's independence from Spain. At the top of the monument is a golden statue of the Greek goddess of victory, as a symbol of independence. Monument to the Mexican Revolution. It is a famous monument, built at the beginning of the 20th century to commemorate the Mexican Revolution. It is located in the Republic Square in the center of Mexico City. Pyramid of the Sun. The Pyramid of the Sun is located in the ancient city of Teotihuacan near Mexico City. It is one of the largest and most famous pyramids in the world. It was built in the era of the Mayan civilization nearly 2,000 years ago, and its height is 66 meters. It is surrounded by a group of small pyramids scattered along the famous Street of the Dead. It is believed that it was dedicated to the worship of the sun god. Basilica of Our Lady of Guadalupe. The cathedral is one of the most important religious monuments in Mexico City. The cathedral dates back to the 16th century and is also known as the Virgin of Guadalupe. The site is considered one of the most important pilgrimage sites in Catholicism, and approximately 1 million people visit the church annually. The Basilica of Our Lady of Guadalupe is one of the most important architectural monuments in Mexico. Guadalajara City. Guadalajara is located in the Western Pacific region. The city is known by several nicknames, such as Pearl of the West, and also City of Roses. Guadalajara was established by the Spaniards in 1531. It is considered the second largest city in Mexico. Since 1940, it has become one of the major industrial cities in Mexico. The city is also known for the manufacture of glass and pottery. The city is characterized by a distinct European atmosphere, elegant buildings and wonderful parks. One of the most prominent landmarks of Guadalajara is the Guadalajara Cathedral. Guadalajara Cathedral was built in 1561. The majestic Guadalajara Cathedral stands out among four plazas. The cathedral features a mixture of different architectural styles, with a Spanish-style facade and distinct Gothic towers. Expiatori Church. The El Expiatori Church is one of Guadalajara's newest churches, but it is one of the finest religious buildings in the city. It was built between 1897 to 1972. The church was built in a neo-Gothic style and resembles European medieval buildings. Jaliscienses Lustres Monument. It is a distinctive, round-shaped memorial. It was built in 1952 in honor of the state's most iconic historical figures. It contains 16 columns and below are the tombs of 96 important figures in the state. The monument is surrounded by a magnificent garden that includes 22 statues of prominent figures who lived in the state. Degollado Theater. The neoclassical Degollado Theater is located opposite Guadalajara Cathedral. It is the most important fine arts venue in the city. The Degollado Theater was built in 1866. It features an impressive facade with 16 Corinthian columns. Guanajuato City. Guanajuato is located north of central Mexico, and is surrounded by the Sierra de Guanajuato Mountains. Guanajuato is a historical city, which was founded by the Spaniards in 1554, and it was the first world center for silver mining in the 18th century. The city has a large number of old buildings, palaces and churches, which were built using sandstone, dating back to the colonial era. The historic city has been included in the UNESCO World Heritage Site. We will review with you the most prominent tourist attractions in Guanajuato. Guanajuato Tunnels. The city has underground road network through which much of the city's traffic passes. Our Lady of Guanajuato Church. This attractive building was built in the 17th century. It also includes one of the most important monuments in Mexico, a statue of the Virgin of Guanajuato, which dates back to the 7th century. San Miguel de Allende City. It is a Mexican city located in the central highlands of the state of Guanajuato. San Miguel de Allende was founded in 1542 by the Franciscan friar Fray Juan de San Miguel. San Miguel de Allende is famous for its architecture and cobbled streets. The most important attractions in San Miguel de Allende city is Church of San Miguel Arcangel. It is considered a symbol of the city, and one of the most beautiful religious buildings in Mexico. The church was built in the 17th century. Chichen Itza City. It is a large pre-Columbian archaeological city built by the Mayan people. It is located on the Yucatan Peninsula and one of the most visited tourist destinations in Mexico. It is one of the new 7 wonders of the world. Chichen Itza was one of the largest Mayan cities where you will find several amazing temples. The most famous landmark of Chichen Itza is the temple pyramid of El Castillo called the Kukulkan Temple. Chichen Itza was listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1988. Tulum City Ruins. Tulum is located on the east coast of the Yucatan Peninsula on the Caribbean Sea. The city is an ancient archaeological site dating back to the pre-Columbian period. Tulum was built around 1200. Tulum was the capital of the ancient Mayan civilization, and was once the main port of the Mayan city in Cuba. Queretaro City. Queretaro is located in central Mexico and is one of the smallest states in Mexico. It is a powerful commercial and economic center and the safest among the cities of Mexico. Queretaro City contains many Baroque monuments from the 17th century and 18th. Queretaro's center is distinguished by its narrow, winding alleys with stone streets, which dates back to the country's colonial era. Queretaro City Historical Center was listed as a World Heritage Site in 1996. Puebla City. Puebla is one of the largest Mexican cities. It is located on a valley surrounded by volcanoes. It is a city built by the Spaniards in 1531. It is considered one of Mexico's heritage cities, and one of the oldest cities in the country. Puebla is full of ancient churches and ancient colonial buildings in their diverse colors. The historic center of Puebla was included in the UNESCO World Heritage List in 1987. Cozumel Island. Cozumel is located on the Caribbean Sea, and is one of the largest islands in Mexico. Tourists flock to the island of Cozumel to practice scuba diving, watch coral reefs and the most wonderful types of tropical fish. Cabo San Lucas. Cabo San Lucas is a small stretch of beaches in Mexico that is famous for its 5-star luxury resorts. The most famous in Cabo San Lucas is the Cabo San Lucas Arch or El Arco, or as it is also called the End of the Earth. This is the area where the Pacific Ocean meets the Cortez Sea, and there are many amazing large natural rock formations. Cancun City. Cancun is located in the southeast of Mexico, on the Caribbean coast. If you want to relax on the white sand beaches of the Caribbean, and enjoy the clear blue waters, your main destination will be Cancun Coast. The beaches in Cancun are among the most important in the world, making it the most popular leisure destination in Latin America. I hope you enjoyed this short trip to Mexico. To see more, please subscribe. Thank you for following up.